Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm at my allotment again. To be honest, I'm not far off going home. There's a lot of people about before, so I've not sort of convinced myself to talk and look like I'm talking to myself, making videos yet. I've had a bit of a tidy up along here. Still a lot to do, but I've moved my tyres, cut the top off and sort of dragged out most of the stuff, so that's ready for a second cut and a dig over. This is where I typically grow peas, but all the trellis I normally use, all the posts are rotten, so I need to get some new posts. I do actually pass near a place on Friday on my way home, or on my way to here in fact, that sells stuff like that, so I'll call in. I've not fixed the strimmer yet, so I've had to resort to the old school method of the hand side, or sickle. I'm not sure which you call the small one. It's just there on my shed door waiting to be put away. So I've been in this area amongst the fruit. I just sort of cleared a bit of a path. Some stuff will stand back up, need cutting again, but at least I can get through now. I can tidy up at the base of this climbing frame, which is for climbing beans. I'll sort of dig that area over and get some fresh chicken pellets and stuff in. Pulled a load of weeds out around here, so that's the nutrient barrel for me hydroponic system, which I need to get that out and give it a clean out. Start thinking about some plants and stuff to grow in here again. I suspect I'm going to need, although it's solar, it has an old car battery in the shed that it's hooked up to, so I suspect I'm going to need a new battery for it, but I'll worry about that nearer the time. So there's still a lot of raspberry canes here. This stuff is comfrey. I can get out the sun. It's actually, I just chopped this off at the floor and put it straight in my compost. It's a compost down, brilliant. Just get the bits of vineweed and stuff out. But you can also crush it up and put it in a bit of netting and suspend it in a tub of water, and you make like a comfrey tea, which is a good liquid fertilizer for tomatoes and, well, all plants really. But it breaks down really fast, chopped up and put in your compost bin. So a lot of raspberry canes there that have multiplied. Gooseberries in the back there, some black currants, and this is a black currant. That's a black currant. Here's a red currant. But this is the stuff I've just cut tonight. So that needs to dry out for a bit before I'll be able to burn it. My incinerator, something else I made quite a long time ago, is packed full to the top, so hopefully by Friday I'll be able to put a match to that. That should just burn really fast. Then there's some more stuff on the floor there. I'll be able to, once that's got a load of heat in it, you can pile a bit of the green stuff on top and it kind of dries out as it falls through the incinerator. You know, by the time it's dry and burning, obviously by the time it reaches the bottom. Not sure. I did another video the other day, but I forgot to turn the phone sideways, and I'm getting fed up of watching them weird little views myself, so I might not bother with that one and just make this the next one. This is some potatoes growing in a couple of tyres. My allotment neighbour had a couple of spares she kindly gave me, so I don't eat a lot of potato, but there'll be a few growing there. I don't think I'll put any more earth on top of them. They're planted quite deep in the bottom tyre, so there's plenty of room in there for them to develop. Got a lot of hacking I need to do along here, clear this area. There's probably a good 10 foot of growing space there, just full of weeds at the minute. I've still got some of these red sheets spare, so I might get that cut down and put a sheet over it, and hopefully it'll be better for next year. A lot of gooseberries, I don't know if you can see them in there. These are red gooseberries in here. You can eat, you know, a lot of people I think eat gooseberries before they're properly ripe. As everyone's, you know, poor opinion of gooseberries being very tart. But if you eat them when they're actually ripe, you can just eat them like sweets straight off the plant. They're incredibly nice, so I'll wait till they're red and hopefully I'll get some of them before the birds steal them all. This needs weeding now, but there's some red onions growing in there, which were some of the first little plug plants I bought from the nursery. This I think is, I'm pretty sure this is some garlic that's self-sown from plants I failed to harvest year before last. Same possibly here. I've cleared all this one, so it grows back so fast. So I need to have another rummage in there, but my knees are done for today. That's the only thing with arthritis. If spend too long stood up moving around, knees just swell up and lock up. So just going to put my tools away, have a sit down for 5 minutes, finish my brew off, and I'll head home. But I still need to bring tomatoes down here to plant. Cucumbers coming along well. I put a bit of string on it for it to start encouraging it towards the trellis. Still need to find somewhere to plant this corn and these courgettes. But at least if I bring the tomatoes down while the fire's burning, I don't know if anyone who's ever had a fire, they tend to follow you around, so hopefully I can clear these buckets and mix up a bit of fresh compost to plant up the tomato plants I'll be bringing. In fact, I've not got that many plants to bring, but I will be propagating some more, so I will end up filling probably most of them, or I'll just space them out a bit further and make it easy to harvest the fruit. But it does, well, for me it finally looks like I'm making a bit of progress now. It's one of them sort of things, you can spend hours down here and nothing looks like it changes, then all of a sudden you can see a change. So I realise that some of that's trampled and stuff, but in a day or two the stuff that's still growing will stand up again and I can go over it again with the scythe, or hopefully by over the weekend I'll be able to find that old other strimmer power head if I've still got it, and start thinking about putting that together again. I need to get some runner beans sown as well. I did sow some climbing French beans at home, and they all germinated really well, and I planted a load in amongst the sweet corn at home in the hope there's I don't know if we're talking Aztecs here or American, like First Nation Indians, but there is a growing method called Three Sisters planting, which was the either, like I say, either the sort of Aztec type or the First Nation Indians used to employ. So you'd grow your sweet corn, you'd plant climbing beans amongst your sweet corn, so as the corn grows the beans have got a stalk to grow up around, and then they plant squashes, courgettes and stuff, pumpkin, in the floor in between the plants, and the leaves shade the ground, which helps moisture retention. So the sort of three sisters help each other, if you like. The beans put nitrogen back into the ground. They use the corn stems for the supports, and the courgettes act like the leaves act kind of like umbrellas and stop the ground drying out too fast. So I was hoping to go for something like that at home, but I don't know what's going on. The beans, I think there's a particular bird or a mouse or something that just likes pulling beans up. I've had that before here. So you need to sort of get them really well established in sort of seed trays, I guess, or in pots before you plant them, and there's a better chance of survival then. Once they sort of take off, they really grow quick. So that'll be a good blaze on Friday, all that lot. I'll get a few pictures of that when it's going. But I think that's it for me for today. Just put my gear away, lock the shed, finish my brew, and I'll be heading home. So I hope seeing me do some of this is inspiring some of you to do a little bit, maybe in your back garden at home, or grow stuff in pots. It's not that hard. You can grow stuff in pots quite easily, little trays. I wouldn't use wooden boxes because they last a year or two, then they just rot. And I've got a load of wooden, the original raised beds at home with wood, and they're just all rotten. So I'll be slowly sort of burning them off as I burn the garden waste off. It doesn't matter how well treated they are, they still go after a few years. So I'm going to call it a day. I can hear a plane coming over, so before I'm drowned out. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks very much. Cheers now.